Hey guys, I was just having a moment of silence for Talonflame because he's dead. He's no longer going to be relevant in the OU metagame or any fucking metagame for that matter because he's lost Gale Wings. So, welcome back to the future. Let's go over the changes. There's a bunch of mechanical changes coming to Sun and Moon that I thought I should maybe cover since we do competitive battling. And a lot of these will matter for you. Some of them won't matter as much for you, but we're going to go over them all the same. So, first things up is, let's just talk about Talonflame. Gale Wings only works when the Pokemon is at full HP. Holy fuck. Holy shit. That basically amounts to that he gets one off, and then he never gets it again, or he gets none off because they have some sort of hazard on the field, or some hails up, some sort of chip damage came up. So hail, sandstorm, they just, I guess they can't quick attack you out of it, but you get what I'm saying. Especially with Dazzle and Queen's Majesty also being in the game now, it's like they really gutted him. He is no longer viable. He will be a bottom tier. People won't even use Talonflame in Little Cup if they could. That is how bad I think this is. Alright, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it's huge. Burn damage is being reduced by half, essentially. It's going down to 1/16 as opposed to 1/8 damage, so that is quite a substantial nerf. Seems like you're going to be using burn more now for just getting that damage reduction off. It seems to be the only relevant part about it now. That's pretty marginal damage, 1/16 the health. I mean, a lot of Pokemon are either going to just not last that long if they were getting burned anyway. Yeah, I mean that's actually really good for like bulky Pokemon that we're gonna still attack, like Scizor. He can still possibly get off a lot of attacks there, but seems like that's gonna be huge. Anyway, another massive change is turn order. Turn order is reflecting the Pokemon's speed as soon as they have anything that changes their speed gets taken into account right away. So really the biggest thing you're going to notice this on is Mega Evolution. Any Pokemon that gains speed when they Mega or loses speed when they Mega will have that speed taken into account on the first turn. So Beedrill Mega evolves and his speed is already at the top tier. So he might actually not need to run Protect anymore. It could be quite a bit of a buff for him. I'm not sure that's going to be enough for him to move up in tiers too much because he's still pretty fragile, but it's still a bit of a buff for a lot of Pokemon, and I guess it's a bit of a nerf for Mega Garchomp. Basically, and Pokemon that have Swift Swim, like it'll activate right away with Drought. I'm trying to think what else. I don't think there's anything else off the top of my head, but you're gonna have to remember those speed changes going forward. Rayquaza cannot Mega Evolve if he is holding a Z Crystal at the same time, so that is actually a bit of a balancing thing. I'm glad they did this because Mega Rayquaza with a Z Crystal would have been unreal, unfucking real. It just, there's a reason for this, and I'm glad they did it. Triple battles and rotation battles are gone. Nobody played those fucking things anyway. They got rid of them. I'm kind of glad they got rid of them. I shouldn't say I'm glad they got rid of them. I don't really care. I never played it. That's a minor change. I'm just gonna move on, actually. Arceus type will match the Z Crystal it is holding, but Judgment will not change type to match it and will remain normal type. If I'm not mistaken, I still don't quite understand this because I haven't had the game in my hands, but from my interpretation of this, it's that if you put the Fire Z Crystal on Arceus, when you use the Z move, you will get a Fire Z move. However, Judgment will still be a normal type move because you don't have a plate attached to Arceus. So interesting interaction there. Could create a few interesting matchups, but you only get one shot with that Arceus Z crystal, so I'm not sure it's really going to be too relevant or too prevalent, but maybe even as a one-trick pony sort of thing might be something to keep in mind there. Soul Dew now only boosts the power of Latios and Latias by 20%, so it probably will not be banned anymore in OU, is what I imagine that's going to change, as well as you're probably better off using the Mega Stone anyway. So I'm not too sure the interaction there. And actually, sorry, just to be clear, it only increases their Dragon and Psychic moves by 20%. So I almost feel like Soul Dew is irrelevant. You're probably going to want to run Life Orb instead. I mean, it's a weaker Life Orb and you get less coverage out of it. I just don't see it being useful, but it's probably going to be unbanned from VGC as well as... well, actually, it's not even going to be in VGC. It's going to be unbanned from OU is probably what's going to happen. Next up, we've got that Sheer Cold no longer works on Ice-type Pokemon, and its chance to hit when used by non-Ice-type Pokemon has been reduced. So you take an additional penalty to its already lower hit chance if you're a non-Ice Pokemon using it. So, interesting. Misty Terrain now blocks Confusion, so that's actually going to be a bit of a utility. It could be useful in some cases. Confusion, I find, isn't much of a status element that is used too often. I don't know how much it's going to change. Destiny Bond now has a chance to fail if used repeatedly. So if you think they're going to kill you and they've been Swords Dancing or Glowtail, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. If they've been doing any of that, you can't just keep spamming Destiny Bond until you think they're going to kill you, because you know you can't kill them. It will have a chance to fail, so it's going to be a lot more of a thought process into actually being able to use that move. And I kind of like that change. It makes it you have to strategize a little more, and it kind of takes away lazy gameplay. Next up, we've got Thunder Wave is now only 90% accurate, so there's a chance people will miss Thunder Wave. So there's going to be more hacks tiers when people miss, and you're going to be praying to RNGesus when it misses you and you don't lose all your speed on your Mega Lopunny, and then you cry when you lose because Mega Lopunny really needs its speed to be effective. That is totally not like something I've experienced at all, ever. Next up, we've got Dark Void is now at 50% accuracy. RIP. And it's only able to be used by Darkrai. RIP Smeargle. We'll have another moment of silence for Smeargle. Just kidding. I actually loved using Smeargle, I'm not gonna lie. But I kind of like this change because Smeargle felt like a mandatory Pokemon to use in VGC because he was so useful. But I didn't like him, and I also didn't like the feeling of you're just trying to Dark Void both their Pokemon and win the game. And depending on whether you hit both of them or not really determined a lot of that. So Darkrai is not going to be legal in VGC, and Smeargle not being able to use that is huge. It really opens up the metagame to a lot more choices, which I really do enjoy. And a video I'm probably doing coming up 2 days, I think I have it planned for. We'll talk more about the changes, what these changes have to do with the metagame, at least in VGC, because I'm going to be playing OU on stream, but I think VGC will be something I focus on personally, and maybe some of my videos might focus more on, because I need to get the gears turning. And that kind of wraps up the changes. So let me know what you think. Maybe I missed some changes. You know, this news is coming out kind of sporadic, and we're gonna be actually playing Sun and Moon so soon now. It's days away. I cannot fucking wait. I am super excited. Unfortunately, there's no midnight release where I am, so I will be playing the morning after, and I will be probably going to bed right at midnight or early and getting Pokemon right away in the morning. That's when I will start my journey. If you want to play along, come to twitch.com/futurefighter48. And that's where we'll be starting our playthrough. We'll actually be doing some giveaways. I guess if you've made it this far, we will be doing some video games. We will be doing video games as well as giveaways. I will be doing 2 giveaways. One, if you don't have a copy of Sun and Moon, I will hook you up, hopefully, with a copy of Sun and Moon. And the other giveaway will be if you already have a copy of Sun and Moon and you want the other one. So kind of just trying to cover everyone's bases. And if you have both, you should just be happy. Like, why are you entering a giveaway if you already have both? Either way, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the future. Let's just have another moment of silence for Smeargle and Talonflame right now. Hardly need a Talonflame. I only got you for 1 generation. I only got you for 1 generation. Oh, why are you leaving me already? I'm not actually crying. Alright, are you actually still here? If you made it to this part of the video, you should put chicken in the comments. Just write chicken. See ya.